What is the difference between self-love, self-awareness, and selfishness? I often find that when I'm working with clients, and I see this in everyday life too, people are often so fearful of becoming selfish on their journey to self-love. And this is me just clarifying, as a therapist, they do not live in the same arena, and it's totally okay to become more aware and learn to love yourself and how healthy that is. The reason there is often confusion around the two is often because of the conditioning that we have throughout our life, but also because it completely depends on what you've been taught the meaning of them words are. So sometimes I've had to do this. We have to redefine words to mean what they truly mean, because we can accidentally intertwine things within words and within meaning that are not connected. For example, I used to connect passiveness with kindness. They are not connected. Now I understand that I can both be kind and have assertive boundaries and show up for myself, and I am no less kind. One of my favourite sayings for myself personally is that I don't believe respect is earned. I respect everybody that I meet, but my disrespect is absolutely earned. As long as I'm clear about that framework inside of me, I can be less self-critical, I can give myself grace, and I can give myself understanding. I don't just go around disrespecting people, or being rude, or being unkind. It is not my job to make people comfortable who are making me uncomfortable, and again, I had to get clear with that inside me. But back to originally what we were saying, you may have to redefine to you what selfish means in opposition to what you've been taught that it means. You may have been taught, indirectly or directly, that there is something wrong with you showing up for yourself, taking care of yourself as a priority, or loving yourself. There's a weird thing around that, and I don't know why, but there is. You may also have to redefine how healthy it is to become aware of self, when in society we are often encouraged to become stuck in patterns and beliefs and behaviours that are often, on occasions, self-limiting. You may also have to redefine how healthy it is to love yourself in the same way that you love other people. Something I see often is that there is an abundance of love inside people. We are meant to naturally want to connect with people, and we are willing to give that out pretty much constantly. But we keep ourselves out of that because one is expected and healthy, but one is seen as unhealthy. The thing that I will fundamentally say before I go on to tell you the difference between selfishness and self-love is that the truth is, the more that we take care of self, the more that we understand self, the better that we can love other people, because we're loving from a full tank. We're not loving from limiting beliefs. We are not loving from a lack of understanding of the situation, including how we participate in it. We are not loving from a place of lack. We are loving from a place of abundance, and we are loving from a place of overflow and awareness, not darkness and scarcity. Selfishness often derives from the ego. It's the part of self that has lots of conditioning, lots of beliefs that have been kind of passed on to them or imposed on them due to their circumstances and their environment. And the ego often pulls us away from our authentic self. It often keeps us in a place of staying the same because ego does not like change, and pulling and sourcing externally at all costs, no matter who's in the way, because it's trying to remove any pain and feel its absolute best, which often doesn't consider others, but it is also not considering you and what is healthy for you and what is great for your development and moving forward, and actually intrinsically getting the things that it's needing, like connection, and not just any connection, true, deep, meaningful connection, being seen for organically and authentically who you truly are. Self-love does not do that. And self-love starts with self-awareness. Self-love knows that you are deserving and worthy of love as much as everybody else. Not less than anybody else. Not more than anybody else, but equally to everybody else. Self-love understands that you can love two people, including yourself, simultaneously, and that has to be in harmony. Not one is more important or less important than the other. Self-love understands who you are wholly. It does not just take the parts of you that fit the story or the agenda. It understands that you have an abundance of amazing qualities, but also that you may have things that you need to work on, and it loves you regardless, and it supports you through that regardless. Because the truth is that self-love is you showing up for yourself in the way you always wanted to receive. Whether that is from the parent, whether that is from your partner, whether that is from your friends, whether that's from your children. The truth is, we all know that we want to be able to strip away our protective layers, feel safe enough to do so, and then know that we will be met, whatever that is, whatever that looks like, from a place of love, acceptance, but also a place of challenge and growth.